Hey everyone, it's me, Aaron.
I'm Michelle.
And we're sitting closer together today because our dog is refusing to move on the other side of the couch over there. Hey, but the important thing is this is Jump Scare Reviews. We're currently looking back at horror films from the previous year that we missed out on, and this is one that, man, just like Woman in the Yard from our last episode, the name alone on this made me really want to watch it. And I walked away feeling things, I guess. Yeah, I think you were way nicer on this one than I was. So we're gonna have an interesting review on this.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's because you mentioned, like, this movie was labeled as, like, a dark comedy, so, like, you didn't really...
I mean, it is definitely a comedy. Like, Paul Rudd is in this film. It's not... It's definitely a comedy.
But, like... I thought, like, you didn't like it because it wasn't, like, funny enough to be a comedy, and,
yes.
like, I did not realize it was supposed to be a comedy, so I literally, like, went in blind.
I think that sums up my problems with this very well. You didn't realize this horror comedy was a comedy. I think that sums up my problems with it very well, but yes, this will definitely give us different, views on it. We're talking about Death of a Unicorn, by the way. This film, it's about Paul Rudd's character, Elliot. He lost his wife several years ago to cancer, and he has been raising his daughter, Jenny Ortega, Ridley, and he is an attorney, and he is going up to meet his wealthiest client, and I don't think they ever say specifically what they do, but it's definitely pharmaceutical related in some way. But his wealthiest client is this guy, what's his name? Richard Grant, I believe it is. Whatever. Anyway, it's this old rich guy. And it is very typical, like, the rich family. It's old guy who is on the brink of death. He's 1,000 years old, can barely move. His wife is Téa Leoni, who, yeah, Téa Leoni is definitely older, but there's a clear age difference between those two. And then their son is Will Poulter. Shepard is his name. And he is your typical rich, spoiled kid. So the old guy he's dying, and Elliot is going up there for his last will. However, when they are on their way there, they end up running over a unicorn. Unicorns are apparently real, and there was one in this forest. They hit it with the car, and it was dying, and when it was dying, Ridley goes out there, and she ends up touching its horn, and it takes her on a magical vision trip.
But then it got interrupted when her dad tried to, like, kill the unicorn, basically, like, end its suffering.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the unicorn was on the ground. It was already dying. But Elliot decided to kill it to put it out of its misery, and also because his daughter was touching the horn and going on a vision trip. It was like, oh shit, what's happening to my daughter? Get her out of there. However, while they were up there, they noticed that his sinuses, he had really bad allergies, he was sneezing constantly, they're suddenly okay. Her acne has cleared up.
He doesn't need glasses anymore?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the unicorn, which they shoved into the trunk of their car because, like, well, we can't just leave it here. It wasn't dead. It comes back alive. It starts, like, kicking and busting out of there. And the guards at this mansion shoot it and kill it. Then this becomes this rich family trying to figure out what to do with this unicorn. And they realize, hold up, your allergies are gone. Your acne is gone. You don't need your glasses anymore. You say you got the blood on your faces.
Yeah, so the blood of the unicorn helps, like, cure you and everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's got magical healing properties. So they call in all their top scientists to start looking at this, start dissecting the unicorn, start trying to figure it out. They grind up some of the powder from its horn, put into, like, a little distilled formula, and inject it into the rich old guy. And suddenly his cancer is gone. He's younger. His hair color is coming back.
He doesn't need a walker or anything.
Yeah, exactly. So then they start going, okay, we can sell this to the highest bidder. We can start distributing this. We've got, the cure for cancer right here. It's one of the big ones out there. We can definitely do this. However, Ridley, she felt a connection to this unicorn after touching its horn. And she keeps getting this feeling something bad is going to happen. So she starts doing some research and she sees, when you go back far enough, unicorns weren't always like mystical, like fantasy things. All the early stories of them, they murdered people. People would go to them searching for their horns and none of them survived. And then as the movie goes on, we learn the unicorn they killed was a baby unicorn. And Mama and Papa are here and they're pissed and they're looking for their kid. So it becomes a story of everybody trapped inside this mansion as these unicorns are going around just goring people, just like ripping through them, shoving their horns through them. It's not the most impressive kills, I'd say. That's okay, but the reason why it's not that impressive is I don't think the special effects in here are all that great. They're okay. I like the designs of the unicorn. I will say that. The designs do a lot of heavy lifting on, but when you stop and really look at it, it's like, I'm spotting the problem. There's a moment in which it's trying to break in through the door, and they've got like their backs to the door. It looks like a PNG is like coming through. Like, that's the worst shot in the thing. The rest of the movie, not nearly that bad, but that one shot, I noticed it the first time I saw it, forgot about, watched it the second time with you. I went, oh no, I remember, oh, there it is. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, there is one shot. Look for that if you watch this. There is a shot which it's trying to like poke its hand through the door. It's like, no.
What was the budget for this movie?
Probably not big. It's an A24 film.
Yeah, A24 films are not known for like being very fancy.
They probably spent most of their money on the mansion and on this cast. Because, it's,
Yeah, because, like...
Paul Rudd is in here, Jenny Ortega and Will Poulter are in here, and both of them have big rising stars at the moment. So, yeah, I can imagine them having to spend some money on this.
Yeah, because, like, when in my mind, I thought, like, a whole herd, or actually... a group of unicorns is called a blessing. Did you know that?
Get the fuck out, really?
Yeah. So I thought a whole blessing of unicorns is gonna come out and, like, get revenge and, like, basically just, like, surround the whole mansion or something. But it's like, yeah, that would have been, like, too much money for an A24 movie.
They definitely did not have the budget for this, no.
Or it's A42, you know what I mean.
No, I think it's A24.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's A40. Yeah. Now I'm second guessing. It's A24. Okay. So, yeah. Let's actually get into, like, the meat of this film. It's my biggest problem with this. And I'm going to let you know right now, I didn't dislike this film. I still generally liked it. But my biggest problem with this is that it is a horror comedy. And none of the jokes made me, like, groan. But, like, 95% of them just made me go, yeah. Like, it's kind of just like, oh yeah, that was a joke. I got that. There's a few in here that I did like, and almost all of them came from Anthony Carrigan, who plays one of the butlers there. And Anthony Carrigan is just playing Anthony Carrigan. If you've seen him in anything, he's playing that guy. But the thing is, he does that character well, and I like him. And it made me remember I haven't finished Barry yet, and I need to go back through and finish watching that. But yeah, I like that guy in pretty much anything that he's in, even though he's just playing the same guy. I was like, yeah, he does it well. It's always fun. And Will Poulter got a few chuckles from me, but he's, I don't want to say he's overplaying it, because I know the people that he's riffing in this, and it's like, no, that's accurate. Yeah, he's trying to be the rich, spoiled douchebag. It's like, yeah, you're being a rich, spoiled douchebag, all right. It's like, yeah, you're doing the thing. But yeah, just like a giant chunk of this film is just like, yeah. And the thing is, you go on for like an hour and a half of just doing that, and it's just like, all right, man, this is just like starting to flatline on me a bit. Again, like, I didn't hate it. I didn't be like, oh God, turn this off. It's like, no, like, I watched it twice. I watched it once by myself and then once with you. But yeah, it's just like, it just never really, like, it's a nice idea. but just never really got me more invested being like, oh yeah, neat. Yeah, like, I just like, this film is okay.
Yeah.
Like, it was a big pile of okay to me.
Yeah. It's like, I felt like they definitely could have done more, but like, that would include more money, and I don't think they had the money for it.
And also, like, I like the idea behind this, but I don't think they go emotionally and far enough with it, because there was a moment, like I said, Paul Rudd's wife, Ridley's mother, she died of cancer. And there's a moment in here in which they discover that the unicorn horn can cure cancer. And Paul Rudd, like, they say, like, you're our partner now. You brought this to us. We're going to make you rich. And Paul Rudd keeps going along with worse and worse ideas and keeps getting dragged further into their crazy plans, even though you can tell he's uncomfortable with all of it. And then there's a moment, and like, Ridley is very progressive. She is very much like one of those, like, fight capitalism, like, these rich fucks are ruining the entire planet, like one of those types of people. Someone who's accurate. And I mean, she is. So she doesn't like any of this. And even if she did have the magical connection to the unicorn, she still would not like this.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a moment in there in which, like, she is trying to tell her dad, don't do this. This is a bad idea. Like, they were about to go out and try and hunt. They were about to go out to try and hunt the other two unicorns.
Yes, the parents.
The parents. And she is trying to tell her dad, don't do this. This is a bad idea. And he goes, honey, this is a big, amazing opportunity. Listen, this is a cure for cancer. Imagine what they could have done for your mother. And then she says, they never would have let her get near this. That's the film. That is what this entire film should have been. And instead, it's only one line. That is the only time they really bring that up. And it drove me nuts. Because I was just like, that's the movie. That is entirely what this should be. That is the emotional beat of this entire film, and it's just one line, and it's like, man, that's good. That one line is really good.
It is.
That should be the film. It's like, yeah, no,
like, there need to be more build up to that line.
There need to be more build up. Also, I got a problem with Paul Rudd's character in here, because as it goes on, it gets revealed that he's doing all this and going further along because he promised his wife that he would take care of the daughter no matter what. So he's doing all this stuff that he knows is not good because he wants the money so he can take care of his daughter. But man, he goes so... I do not buy the connection between him and his daughter.
Yeah, honestly, like, I thought he was gonna be, like, the, like, dad that does not, like, connect with their child and is, like, too busy with work and everything. And it wouldn't, and, like, you know, like, all those, like, 90 kids movies and everything, like, and then, like, at the very end is like, oh, he learns his lesson and something like that, but
yeah, he's revealing that he's doing all this for the daughter. I do not get any, like, I get the feeling like he would forget his daughter was there. The connection between them is not present enough on screen. And there's even a moment in there in which he's talking to one of the scientists who are working on this. And there's a moment in which they're by themselves. And she says, you know, we do this both for the same reason. And then he goes, for business. And then she goes, for family. And I was like, that should have been reversed. Have the scientist who was chopping up the unicorn say business and he says family. And I was like, I don't know how you screw that up. Like, that's the thing that makes us realize why he's actually doing this, makes us realize that he cares, because that is indeed his entire motivation, is that he cares and he's doing this for her. Why would he not be the one who says family? And yeah, he just does not get the message across of what his character is supposed to do. Not to mention, I'm about to say a sentence that I've never said in my life. Paul Rudd has no charisma in this film.
I don't think he's a bad actor. I think his character was not written well.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I know Paul Rudd's not a bad actor. This isn't like his first movie. No, I've always thought Paul Rudd was a great actor. I don't know if he was like, no, I want to be serious in this. And he didn't know how to, like, just be serious. Or if the director was like, no, I need you to tap it down more. Because I've seen films where he's the straight man. I've seen films where he's playing like a loser guy who like he's playing a big weenie, but he's still got charisma because he's Paul Rudd and that's a charismatic motherfucker. He's got nothing in this film. It feels like I'm watching a zombie version of himself. And I've watched this dude do films that were clearly cash grabs, and he was still charming in them. And I'm just like, who is this man? It's very uncanny. It's like watching somebody in a Paul Rudd suit walking around. I will say though, I mentioned Anthony Carrigan. I do like him in this, but he is very much a side character. He only gets a handful of lines. They're very funny lines. They know how to use them in here, but yeah, it's very short. Out of the main actors in here, Jenna Ortega, I think she's good. She's kind of one note, but I mean, so is gonna have everyone in this film. But I will say I was actually pretty impressed with Will Poulter.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him. Téa Leoni. I am normally a champion of Téa Leoni. Like, I grew up watching her on TV, and I've always been like, yeah, she's good. She should be in way more things. I don't know what the fuck she's doing in this film. Like,
Yeah, like, I think just, like, the director of this movie was not...
I was looking it up. This guy's only done, like, one short before this. He's worked on a lot of other films as listed as, like, crew, and also he's a producer on a lot of films. This was the first thing... outside of one short they did, this is the first thing that he has written and directed. I'm like, yeah, you're new. I get the feeling. And like, I mentioned Téa Leoni, she is also supposed to be like rich, spoiled, very business focused. It feels like she's doing a character. Like, and don't get me wrong, everybody's doing a character. Will Poulter is very much doing a character in here. But like, his character kind of works. She feels like she's trying to do a voice in all this. Like, there's many moments where she's just talking very exaggerated almost, and very like hoity, that's the word. Thank you. I was trying to remember the word. She's just trying to be way too hoity. I'm like, listen, I've watched you act in a lot of other things. If you wanted to be like serious businessly, you can just be yourself. I've watched you like be like normal in films. And it's like, it's
honestly,
still good
like
work.
I didn't think she was supposed to be a serious businessly. I thought she was just like the hot girl that that was basically like a gold digger.
I think that's, yeah, like I think they want her to be that, but also there are moments where she's talking about business. And she's also got on like a suit the entire time. So I'm like, okay, so maybe you're trying to be that too. Like, but maybe the only reason why I think she's not trying to be like the hot, like gold digger is because her son, Will Poulter, is such a fuck up that it makes her look competent by comparison. Yeah. And I will say this, out of all, like I keep going back to Will Poulter because I think that Jenna Ortega, like, I think she's a very good actress, but I think she's just too flat in this.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is way too flat in this. The guy playing the old guy, again, you want to talk about somebody who's just playing a character. Like, that guy, like, he does not feel natural at all. Téa Leoni, I didn't think felt natural in here. Will Poulter, I felt, was the only guy in this film who was playing a character but knew the exact level to do it at.
Right.
Like, there's moments in which, like, he's on, like, a drug bin. He's, like, on a drug high, and he is speaking so fast and going from one point to another, and I was like, holy shit, dude, you're nailing this performance right now. Like, yeah, you're getting this. And, like, he's hitting, like, he's the only other person in here aside from Anthony Carrigan who actually made me laugh in here. Not at all of his lines, and he's got a lot of lines, but I did get a few laughs out of him in here. So, yeah, that's really was my biggest problem with this, is that this film just is too flat, and I feel like it's a bunch of rich people being attacked by unicorns. I don't know how you don't make this fun. Like, I keep thinking about, oh man, you know who would have been perfect to do this? You remember Ready or Not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that, and also they did Abigail, which was the one where they try and kidnap the vampire.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I keep thinking, it's like, they could have done an
Yeah.
amazing job. It's like, rich assholes trapped in a place, just being, like, blown up in fountains of blood. Like, yeah, that's the things that they do incredibly well. Messages about the class divide between rich and poor, like, they know how to do this. They would have knocked this out of the park, and man, it's kind of disappointing to me. Thinking about it, it's like, yeah, somebody else could have done this way better. Excuse me. But I do believe that you like this way more than me.
I think it's because I did not realize this was supposed to be a comedy.
And I find that interesting. So how did you feel about it?
I did enjoy it, but then again, it was a lot of the characters were flat and everything. Like, I kind of was like, I don't want to say I was hoping for more, because, like, I knew this was, like, an A24 movie, so there's gonna be, like, a budget and everything. Mm-hmm. So, like, I guess I was just, like, satisfied with what I got.
Okay, yeah.
Also, like, I thought, like, they were trying to, like, make unicorns more serious.
Mm.
Like, oh, these cutesy-wootsy little dainty things are actually, like, badass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, don't mess with them.
Mm.
Like, I thought they were meant to be taken more serious. Like, they're not just magical creatures, but, like, actual animals, like, they're basically, like, moose. They're, like, the size of moose in this movie. They're, like, mega fauna or, like, something like, and, actually, I kind of like that, because there is, like, a prehistoric rhino that, like, a lot of people think is, like, based...
I'd like explain to...
no, there's one that actually has, like, one horn, so it's, like, people, like, basically paleontologists called it, like, a unicorn.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
And that's kind of what they looked like.
That is one thing that I will say. I do think the unicorns are really cool in here.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the design of them. I do like the idea. Like I said, the premise of this is great. Like, hey, what if unicorns were not like the magical friends to like knights and chivalrous maidens? What if they were like just animals? And yeah, I dig that. Trying to think of anything else I want to say about this. You got anything else?
Well, a bit mostly in spoiler territory.
Spoiler territory. All right. What score are you gonna give this?
I guess B, maybe B minus.
Okay, I'm going C plus. I liked it enough, but yeah, I just found it to be a little too flat.
I don't know. It's like, this is your second time watching this, so like maybe you like have a better understanding of this than me. So like maybe if I watch it a second time around, it's like I'll catch all the things that you caught or something. Or...
No, I mean, the things I caught was I didn't think that joke was all that great. Like, that's not... It's not, like, I didn't find Easter eggs in the background. I was just like, yeah, that performance was good. That one wasn't all that great. Like, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will say this. I felt the exact same way watching it the second time that I felt the first time. I wasn't more bored with it. I wasn't more excited with it. It's very odd that I felt literally like from moment to moment like, yeah, I found that joke to be just as funny this time as I did the first time. I feel the exact same way about these characters the first time. Like, damn, there's literally no change from both times I watched this. So yeah, C plus, B, yeah. All right, let's go to the spoiler stuff. What do you want to talk about?
Well, what do we talk about first? Like, what is considered, like, spoiler?
I rarely send it over to you first. Like, well, how the film ends is spoiler territory.
Yeah, I guess so, but, like, I guess how they try to capture the unicorn and, like... Well, how they try to capture the parents and everything. Like, basically, you know, in mythology, it's like, oh, only a virgin can...
Fair maiden is
Fair
what they
maiden.
said, yes.
Yes, yeah, because virgins... Yeah, stuff that.
Stop talking now.
Yeah. Basically, someone who is pure of heart.
Yes. And they've been setting up this entire time, Jenny Ortega, Ridley's character, with all of her, like, you know, speaking out against the rich billionaire fucks who are ruining the plans. Like, yeah, they're trying to definitely set up that she matches this description.
Mm-hmm. So, like, So, like, Shepard, like, he thinks, oh, I'm gonna use her as bait to to lure the parents over, and he basically thinks that the unicorns are gonna eat her or something like that. They just lie down on her, and that's literally, like, what's in mythology.
He didn't think that.
He didn't.
Eat her. He was playing on them laying down with her so that way he could tie them up. His whole plan was to use her as bait. He is the one survivor at the very end. The old guy ends up getting skewered pretty early on. Taylor Leone goes out in pretty graphic manner. Which I will say, I do like that they keep bringing up like a running gag with Shepard that he's had many different interests. So he's basically had hobbies they had for like a week and then he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very rich kid thing of like, I can just buy this new thing that I'm now into. He was into archery for a little bit, and there was one joke that I really liked, where he's got the bow and arrow and he's threatening Ridley with it, and he says, "Don't move. I didn't actually take a lot of classes with this." I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's yeah." It's one of those jokes that's like, "Yeah, that's nice." But he starts snorting the unicorn horn,
like the dust from the unicorn horn. It's like,
and it's giving him visions just like with Ridley. And his visions now make him like start mapping out plans to capture them. Like, he's kind of been the fuck up the family. Like, they've clearly been trying to establish he is not nearly as savvy and business savvy as his parents are. But the moment he starts snorting the unicorn horn, you can tell he's getting ideas, and he's almost just proud of the fact that, oh, I'm finally smart now. I understand things. Well, he's still a dumbass, but he has plans now, and you can tell that that's important to him. And I kind of like it because that is a very, like, inferiority thing, I guess I should say.
Like, he has intelligence, but not wisdom, I guess.
I guess that's a way of saying it.
Yeah.
But it's more of like a lot of rich children who want that approval.
Mm-hmm.
They get that excitement when they can finally, like, yes, this is the thing that I'm good at, and his thing that he's good at is snorting drugs to get ideas. But yeah, at the very end of this, Elliot ends up stabbing Shepard. Shepard ends up stabbing him, and Elliot is dying. Shepard has a very what's the word I want? His death sequence feels good. I will say that. What's the word I'm trying?
Satisfying.
Thank you. Jeez, I can't think. I'm sleepy right now, everybody. I'm low energy at the moment. I need some of that unicorn horn. Yeah, his death is very satisfying. I will say that. It ends with the unicorn like kicking him in the head, and he just goes flying. But then the unicorns, they use their magic to save Shepard.
Yes, and
not Shepard. Elliot.
Yes, Elliot.
Shepard, fuck Shepard.
Yeah. And also, like, Elliot, he's the one who has the horn. So, like,
yes.
Basically, he was the reason why the parents came back and everything. So, basically, the parents healed their baby by putting their horn back on it, and also happens to, like, heal Elliot there because, I don't know if it's because he was in the range or because he brought the horn back so they wanted to thank him or anything.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think it's just that it's like it was Ridley's dad. And also, like, at the very end, I mean, they can sense that Ridley was pure of heart, so the fact that at the end, Elliot did the right thing in saving the unicorns by taking out Shepard, I think that made them realize, like, yeah, okay, you saved our kid, we'll save you too.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is something that I dig. At the end of this film, the butler guy, our screen went black over there, so I can't see his name anymore, but the guy who I've been saying I like this entire time, he escaped at one point. And then after the unicorns save him,
save the family,
yes.
So our main protagonist.
Yeah. The rich people are all dead, all the scientists are dead, everyone is dead except for Ridley and Elliot. Then the unicorns go off, they bring their baby back to life, they go off, and they leave Elliot and Ridley there in a house full of dead rich people. And then the butler comes back, it's right over here, officer. And then, like, a policeman is behind him and goes, okay. And yeah,
So, like-
the film ends with Ridley and Elliot locked up in the back of a police car. And the police officer is like, yeah, you're not going to believe the excuse that they have. But then the unicorns come back in one last time.
As they're driving off the
Yes. As they're driving out, the unicorns come back in one last time, and it goes black, but you hear a car crashing. And I'm just like, they could have died in that, but I guess the unicorns would have brought them back.
Or maybe they just didn't want them to come back. Like, they didn't want any witnesses.
You think the unicorns killed them at the end? No. The music was swelling. It was big, happy moment. Elliot and Ridley smiled at each other like, no, yeah, it's the
No,
unicorns.
but, like, the thing is, like, when Ridley was on the unicorn trip and Ellie was on the unicorn trip, they saw the mom. So I thought, oh, we're gonna be reunited with her. So I thought that's why I thought the unicorns killed them.
You think in this film the unicorns killed them after they brought them back to life? No, that is not what happened. No, I'm putting my foot down on this. That's not what the movie was trying to do.
Okay.
No.
So they were, like, trying to kill the cops, but...
No,
like,
they just knocked the car over so that they could, like, get them out, so they could get them out of the car.
Okay.
Yes, they just bumped in the car and knocked it off course. Holy shit, no. That's not what happened.
Yeah, I guess, like...
Wow.
I definitely, like, have a darker perspective on this.
Wow, yeah.
Because, like I said before, I did not realize this was supposed to be a dark comedy. I just thought it was supposed to be, like, a messed up take on unicorn lore or something like that.
They literally smile at each other before that, so you think that the father and daughter are like, yeah, we get to die now.
No, like, we get to see Mom again.
All right.
That's what I thought, but,
By dying. Okay. Wow, I had no idea that's how you interpreted the end of this film. Wow, okay. What a dark place to take that. No. They knock the car off, off so that they can escape and get away from the police.
Okay.
Holy shit, no.
All right, fine. I'm sorry.
Listen, films are meant to be interpreted individually however you want in your own way. I'm saying no to that one. No. Wow. Okay. So, hey, everybody. So we've been reviewing a lot of films from last year that were not big hits, kind of went under the radar. And there's the thing. There were a lot of big horror films last year, but so many of them are sequels to films that we haven't talked about on this channel, the original ones. So I was like, man, should we even talk about that? But then I realized, if we're going to talk about anything interesting or anything good from last year, we have to talk about the sequels, because that's the stuff that everybody was talking about. So even though I know I said that we are going to wait to talk about this film until after we had done all the previous films, screw it. I really won't watch this. I'm tired of waiting. We're going to be talking about Final Destination Bloodlines next week. It is rare that you can say the 7th film in a franchise is the best one, but it happened. Come back for far more positive reactions next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.